because you get them anyway. Like, think about it. If you can get COVID multiple times, then you can't be immunized against it. Like mumps, measles, you can only get those once. Tetanus, you can only get it like once every 10 years. You don't want it, because they're... like, those things are rarely survivable. Having the vaccine, because they're stable viruses can be vaccinated against with ease. It prevents you from getting them because your body already knows automatically how to fight it. Like, all a vaccine does is basically give the markers to your white blood cells. Your white blood cells target anything with specific markers. A vaccine is literally just the stripped, basically the stripped protein packets of the virus cells that have these markers still equipped, but they're just harmlessly floating in there. It's pretty much like, instead of having a monster full of guts and sharp things, it's a balloon. It looks like a monster. You'll probably react to it like it's a monster, but it ain't one. It's a fake. Kind of like a soldier training with a combat dummy. It gets them used to fighting the actual thing with something that's actually harmless. Yes, I drive with a seatbelt. I don't want to go through my fucking windshield if I run into something, which I hopefully never do. I'm not anti-vax, I'm just anti-COVID vax in particular. Like, I was fucking glad I got my tetanus shot because I literally stepped on a nail the next day. I was like, fuck, good thing I had my tetanus shot. Like, as far as I'm aware, I am up to date on most of my vaccinations that I'm aware of. I do probably need to see a doctor sometime and actually find out. But as far as I'm aware, I'm up to date on everything. Just not the COVID one. It's just, I don't know. The COVID vax is about as effective as the flu. The flu vax. And people will literally get the flu right after having it. Because it's pointless. The flu, like the common cold, is highly mutative. There's no way to properly immunize against it. There's no way to prevent yourself from getting a strain that your body is capable of immediately fighting. Heck, the strain you get could mutate as it's infecting you. Yeah, and I've had it 3 times. Every time it's surfaced, I've had it once each. Yeah, you can't be reinfected with the same strain, because you're immune against that one strain. You self-immunize once you get something once. That's what a vaccine does. Like, once you've had mumps, you don't get mumps anymore. Once you've had chickenpox, you're immune to chickenpox. That's why you take a chickenpox vaccine, so you don't have to take that first step, which later turns into shingles. You get immunized to chickenpox. You're now immune to it. Chickenpox, as a virus, doesn't mutate, or very, very, very little. Once you get it once, you'll never have it again. That's why they also used to do chickenpox parties. Right idea, but bad practice. That's why that's why the vaccine for it is just better, because you don't have that later in life flare up. My grandfather had that, and it was nasty. He had it over half of his face. Like, just a swath of his face, like this much, was just red and angry. The only time I've ever heard him cry. It was a stoic. Like, it was bad. Although apparently there's now a shingles vaccine, so if you've had chickenpox, you can take a shingles vaccine, and you won't get shingles. Hopefully. So, thankful for that. It helps, it doesn't prevent. People are acting like it prevents! That's the issue! It doesn't prevent shit! It prevents against that one particular strain. The issue is there's like 400 strains! Probably closer to 30, but you get the idea. Like, that's just the issue I have with it. Is people are treating it like it prevents the spread. They're treating it like it prevents the spread. They'll literally straight up tell you it prevents the spread, which is a lie. It does not. They act like it does. They're deluding themselves. The proper way they should be handling it is that if you are immunocompromised, you should take the vaccine. That's all. That's the end-all be-all. If you're immunocompromised or above a certain age, take the vaccine. It'll help with the symptoms. There's no preventing it. COVID will happen whether we like it or not. We just have to suffer it. Like the flu, like the common cold. We just suffer it. Once we suffer through it once, we're not going to get it until it changes again. That's just a fact of life. I've had COVID like 3 times. Every time it came out with a new major strain, I got it again. Not even sure how, but I did. Oh my god! Pedro, you idiot! Tell me, how does it prevent the spread? How exactly does it? If you can get COVID while being vaxxed, how does it prevent the spread in the first place? It'll only prevent the spread if it prevents you from getting it at all! It doesn't help! Helps with certain symptoms to make it less life-threatening. That's all it does! Holy fuck! Moron! Yeah? I know people who have never had it. There are some people that are just straight up immune to it. I almost think because COVID is a man-made virus that there are certain things that make you immune to it, just naturally. It's not a natural virus. Doesn't act like one. And it isn't one. It's a man-made virus. How would a man-made virus be different from a natural virus? It's unstable. And it seems to only target certain people. It seems to only target elderly and people with certain medical conditions. Everyone else, it seems to just completely not do anything except remove the sense of taste and smell and maybe some coughing. Has practically no other symptoms outside of that we really notice. Are there long-term effects that we don't know of? Sure. Probably. It's all speculation. Still is. Because it's a man-made fucking virus. It is unstable as fuck. It's not natural. We know exactly what the flu does. We know exactly what the cold does. It's the same exact thing every year. All its mutation does is allow it to get past our immunity. It just changes its flags. That's all it does. It changes its damn pirate flag as it sails into port year after year. And it keeps getting past that security. That's actually a pretty good analogy. I mean, it is a good analogy. It's... like, the Royal Guard will only attack ships with a certain flag. Like, they have a bunch of flags on their do not allow list. And the pirate ship, every time it comes to the port, changes its flag. And then causes trouble. They get added to the list, so they can't come into port until they change their flag again. And they keep doing it over and over. The pirate ships that never change their flag never come back into port. That's actually a pretty good analogy, honestly. That's pretty damn good. I know how vaccines work. It's pretty basic science. It is a stripped protein packet. They take a virus sample, strip out all the DNA from inside of it, so it's literally just a floating outer packet that's untouched in any other way. It's basically neutered. They basically take a virus, neuter it, so it can't procreate or change your cells in any way, and then inject it into you, so that way your body fights it, or, your body fights it as an invader, because it is one, develops basically the seekers, because that's how white blood cells work, is they seek the flags that are on these viruses. It's like a chemical exchange thing. These viruses have their own unique flags. The virus they inject you with is basically just a bunch of flags that your body now knows. Invader, like, there was an invasion in my body. This flag, watch out for. So the next time that enters your body, num 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 num. They'll literally just eat them up automatically without them causing any trouble first. Which the original, if it wasn't neutered, would definitely cause trouble before your white blood cells were able to detect it and start removing it. That's literally how a vaccine works. Oh, it doesn't prevent the spread. Tell me exactly how something that doesn't prevent you from getting it prevents the spread. Like, how? How? Tell me exactly how. Exactly how. Because so far, you're just regurgitating bullshit. Like, exactly how. Be technical. So what you're saying is... Oh. Sorry, this is a call I've been waiting on for a while. Oh, that was medical. I have 3 months to live.